San Francisco, 2003. Tech TV network executives gather to choose a host for the channel's first late-night comedy show. Unable to afford a well-known comedian or actor, candidates are selected from the existing Tech TV staff. Finalists include Phil the creepy intern, Tab the virtual host,
Hi!
Martin Sargent, and a dead armadillo. After weeks of careful deliberation, the execs opt for the armadillo, who would be the first dead animal to host a TV show since Sally Jesse Raphael. Unfortunately, early audience testing is mixed. And the dead armadillo is quietly replaced with the cheapest alternative. Welcome to Unscrewed.
I'm Martin Sargent. Clearly, I'm the guy. Duh. I'm pretty much the man. Get with it. Yo, what's up? That's rad, man. What's up? Never seen anything like that. Blingo. Blingo? Unscrewed. That's right. Yeah! Unscrewed. Hello and welcome to the very first episode of Unscrewed, the show that bathes itself in the pussy secretions of technology's seamy underbelly. I'm Martin Sargent, though some people call me America. And start clapping again because I'd like to introduce the wind beneath my wings, my wonderfully talented little sidekick, Ms. Laura Swisher. Laura! Yeah!
Sidekick?
Sidekick.
I think I'm a co-host, and I'm not that little. I'm 5'3".
Wait, didn't you see the opening of the show where it's like, I'm Martin Sargent, I'm Martin Sargent. You were nowhere to be seen in that opening.
I know. I felt something was missing from that, but let's go.
Yeah, like my sidekick was missing from
Like
that,
your
not my co-host. Listen, when you're doing your taxes at the end of the year, you better write sidekick on there. The IRS is going to investigate you, not co-host.
All right.
Did you like the opening, by the way?
I thought, well, if I could be honest with you, I thought it was a little creepy. What with the like laser beams, like.
Yeah, the laser beams. You don't like that? I was going for a sort of a Voltron chic. Didn't work?
Yeah, I don't know about that. But what about the nose?
The nose,
I mean,
yeah.
I could see maybe
I think there's a little subtext there. I don't know why the producers decided to have streams of blood flowing from all my orifices. I mean, good thing there was no shots of me from the back. You know? It would have looked like that time I visited the subcontinent of India. Hey, are you ready for all the fame that's going to come along with this show?
I think so,
Because a lot of fame comes along with being the sidekick on a late-night show on Tech TV, believe you me.
Really?
In fact, as we do the show right now, there's all these creepy little nerds out there making Laura Swisher fan pages and probably photoshopping a better rack.
Better than this?
I know it's
Really?
Where'd you buy that, Los Angeles?
Tier 1.
Tier 1.
Bamboo.
Anyway, no, but seriously, we are so excited about this show. Why? Because as you can tell, this show is different from any other late night show that's ever existed. In fact, here are the top 10 ways we are so different. Number 10, we can't afford enough writers to write 9 more items on the list. Hey-oh!
That's good. That's
woof,
good.
woof, woof. But seriously, this show is different from anything else you've ever seen. Why? We've got guests like Alex Chu. Tonight on this show, Alex is going to tell us why he's as great a scientist as Edison, Tesla, or even Einstein. Why does he think this? Because he's invented these rings that give human beings eternal life. Just like Irene Cara.
I want to live forever.
Yeah. Fame. Fame was my favorite show growing up as a little girl. What's more, we'll talk to a guy, get this, we'll talk to a guy who invented a machine that you can pork. That's right. Yeah, there it is. Ahoy, matey. It's the virtual sex machine. He says it's just as good as the real thing. So, you know, we felt kind of obliged to test it out right here in our product testing lab. If that wasn't enough, wow, this just blows me away. I can't believe we managed to book these guys. We're honored to have tonight's musical guests, the Squirrels. Here's a sneak peek. God, they are geniuses.
They're great musicians, but you know what, Marty? They were better before they went to rehab.
They were. But you know, tell that to my destroyed green room. They're still animals.
That's true. You have a point there.
They're animals. They're squirrels. All right. Hey, we'll hear more of the Squirrels a little bit later in the show, and we're going to have a different musical guest on this program every night. All right. Anyway, I know there's a lot of naysayers out there, people who think this show who fail including the United States government, which has been conspiring against me for years. I'm on to you and your spy robots, Cheney. But really, Laura and I we're just so pleased to have you with us tonight. Why? Because we've trained so hard to make this show a reality. In fact, here's a little video by documentarian Ken Burns that shows just how hard we trained. Ken?
Rubber baby buggy bumpers, rubber baby buggy bumpers, rubber baby buggy bumpers. I'm Martin Sargent. You gotta take him down.
If I could just touch one person.
Martin. Rubber baby buggy bumpers, rubber baby buggy bumpers, rubber baby buggy bumpers.
Yeah! Whoa! Yeah! My ass is still all achy from all the speed walking, man. But no pain,
great.
No gain.
It looks great.
You gotta want to be on a severely understaffed, poorly financed late night show. Hey, you know, I'm not all that sure that I want to live forever, but it's nice to know that nowadays I have the option. The inventor of these immortality rings is sitting in my green room, but first, the story goes that a chubby high school kid videotaped himself acting like a Jedi Knight, but then the tape fell into the wrong hands. Now it's all over the internet. Has anyone seen this child nerd? I need to talk to him. I've been there and I can help. Check it out. Unscrewed. Screwed? Unscrewed. Hey, welcome back to the show. Since the darkest of dark ages, humans have been looking for the secret to eternal life. Well, happy day, because that search is over. With these two simple rings, I hold the key to immortality. At least that's what their inventor, Alex Chu, claims. Welcome to Unscrewed, Alex. A pleasure to meet you. Big fan, big fan. Now, let me explain the process of gaining eternal life, if I can, and correct me where I get it wrong, all right? I wear these two rings, one on each pinky finger, while I sleep every night, and blingo, eternal life.
Yeah, that's correct.
Okay, what's the science behind this? Because these look like just two plastic rings to me.
Well, basically, these are made out of magnets, and there's a magnet on top of a finger and one at bottom of a finger. And then on the other hand, the polarity is switched. So if the north is on top of the right pinky and south at bottom, the other hand is south on top and north at bottom.
Gotcha. What kind of a scientific background do you have?
I don't have any scientific background.
Uh-huh. And how old are you?
I'm 32.
Well, you don't look a day over 26. When did you invent these things?
I invented it when I was like 19-year-old.
There you have it. There you have it. Well, I mean, you could pass for a 19-year-old. I bet you get carded every time you buy cigarettes.
I don't buy cigarettes.
Okay, good for you.
Buy
Smoking
liquor,
is terrible.
Liquor. Yeah, they sound
All
like
right, so I mean, eternal life. What does this mean? If I wear these things, I'm really going to live forever. What happens if I walk across the street and bam, I get hit by a bus? What happens?
Oh, you know, you could die. But what I'm saying is that, well, these things prevent aging.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, it's believed to prevent aging.
Believed to prevent aging. How are you sure that it does?
Because I invented this when I was 19. I patented 7 years ago, and right after I patented, I sold to so many people. I even teach people how to build it on the internet, and I collected thousands of testimonials, and I've seen with my own eyes that people actually get younger.
Gotcha. So what if I know that you're a very heavy smoker? What if you develop lung cancer? What happens then?
I'm not sure. You know, if it's not very serious, I think it could help a little bit.
Well, take me back to that day of Eureka when you figured out how to live forever. How did it happen? Walk me through that.
What happened is when I was a teenager, I used to be a very weak person. I have asthma, and I wasn't very. I'm not a very healthy person. So my friend told me that in China they put magnets on his ear and actually improve his health. So I tried putting on magnets all over the place. I put magnets over my body, including it from my forehead to the toe. And
a lot of teenagers experiment.
Anyway, one day I put North Pole on the small finger of the right hand and North Pole on the left pinky. I got sick.
Yeah.
I was sick for the entire week.
And then you switch the polarity around.
Yeah, and I felt rejuvenation.
You know, it's funny. People might think I'm goofing with you. I put these things on today, and a lot of other people around my office did. One of my writers, Evan, did. We felt really weird when we put them on, like there was something wrong. You could feel a surge of energy, and I'm not making this up. This is not nonsense, people. You could feel it when you put these things on. I'm serious. I'm serious. So how can people get their hands on these things?
Oh, they can go to my website. liveforevernow.com.
Liveforevernow.com or alexchew.com. We're going to have the links on our website. But you're working on a lot of other things besides the immortality rings, such as teleportation. Tell me about teleportation.
Well, not working on it. It's just a theory. It's kind of like I believe that objects can be teleported if you. It's hard to explain on the. It's kind of hard to explain on, you know.
But this, you also have some theories about the World War III, which might be coming up, and somehow that's tied into teleportation. No.
No, not really. It's just a prophecy, you know. I mean, it's an ancient prophecy.
Did you draw these pictures of World War III? You think that World War III is going to be the United States against China, correct? Because of the overpopulation in China? Talk to me about that a little bit.
Oh, it's just like the Bible. The Chinese also have this prophecy passed down from 2,000 years ago. It's a very famous prophecy saying that one day China will have this, this enemy. And they're going to have smoke and a fountain. They're describing kind of like an atom bomb.
Makes sense to me. So, Alex, what do you think of the fact that you're an internet celebrity? I mean, you're all over the place. People love you. What do you think of that? Such as the Alex Chew role-playing game. Have you seen this?
Yeah, I've seen it.
What do you think about that? There's Alex Chew. You're going through a maze. It's sort of like the Legend of Zelda. And now watch this. Here's Alex Chew, and he's being attacked by his own UFO creation. Oh no, the magnetic flux ray has hit him. Thank God you have defeated the UFO, and you have gained 700 experience and found American ginseng, which is another Alex Chew invention. American ginseng, right?
No.
But it's something that you promote.
Yeah, it increases the effect of the rings.
Okay. Yeah. So just eat the root, increase the power of the ring. You live longer, I guess.
Yeah, I guess so.
Okay. Is this your full-time job, Alex? Is this your full-time job? You making a living off selling these rings?
Yeah, for right now, yes.
All right. That's great, man. You're an inspiration to a lot of us.
Thank you.
And thank you so much for coming in and sharing your invention and theories. Will you come back sometime? We want to have you back and show us how to build a UFO, because I know you have some plans how to do that.
Okay.
All right. We would really appreciate that. That'd be very exciting. Hey, for more about Alex Chew and how to get your own eternal life rings, head to Alex's website. It's at alexchew.com. And sadly, these are probably the most meaningful rings I'll ever receive in my life. So thanks, Alex. Hey, if you could spend just over $400 to guarantee getting laid every night, would you do it? And just ahead, we'll test out a machine designed to have sex with. There it is right there. Yeah. Woo. Now brace yourself for something you will see from time to time. Space program history. Check it out.
And now it's time for another moment in NASA history.
Strategic program. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yo, what up, all you earthbound bitches? I'm about to drop some zero gravity on your ass.
Geek, and you probably get excited by machines, so why not consider having sex with the machine? Joining us now from somewhere in Amish country to talk about the virtual sex machine, his new invention that fits like a one-fingered glove, Eric White. Hey, Eric.
How you doing?
Not bad. So what inspired you to invent a machine that you can have sex with?
The project started back in 1995 when the online web world was just getting excited about seeing a girl taking her clothes off 1 to 2 frames a second. We thought, what's going to be the next step? And basically reach out and touch someone, we thought.
Walk me through a typical night of pleasure with the virtual sex machine.
It hooks up to a computer through any printer port, any Windows computer. It comes with a disk, comes with your choice of girls. You basically put the disk in your machine, hook up the unit, and pick your girl from the list. And then as you watch the action on the screen, it's happening in the machine.
Does it work with Macs?
Not currently.
Linux?
Macintosh is a little bit more of a
You got a big market out there with the Linux, Eric.
Yeah, we think so too. We're looking at that
I have
closely.
in front of me the virtual vagina. What is this thing made of?
It's made of a kind of a secret formula.
Secret formula, huh? You got some top scientists working on this thing with you, Eric?
Well, actually, we do, yeah. And all those people are secret.
Eric, do you have a wife or a girlfriend?
No, sir. Haven't had need of one for about 7 years now.
And the project started about 7 years ago?
That's about right. It's just an odd coincidence, of course.
Have you managed to replace women entirely?
We haven't replaced them yet completely, but it's very close, and it never says no. It never has a headache. Doesn't cuddle. No cuddling involved.
Thank God. Thank God. So how much does this machine cost?
Well, you get the complete package, the whole thing, everything you need for endless nights of pleasure for $369.
Hey, I could get a pretty good Vegas hooker for that much, couldn't I, Eric?
Yeah, but you don't get any disease with this. You'll never get a disease. You'll never get it pregnant. You won't have any child support, and it never gets tired.
How about for women?
Well, the only problem with the woman one is we have to get it to talk to them. You know, it's got to give them that whole touchy-feely thing. So it's a little bit of a different approach, but we're working on it.
Spoken like a true gentleman. Eric, why can't you get laid for real?
Well, no comment.
Hey, Eric, thanks very much.
Sure thing. Thanks for the time.
That's Eric White, inventor of the virtual sex machine from a secret lab somewhere in Amish country. Buy yours today at virtualsexmachine.com. Well, we're not just going to take his word for it. Joining us now in our product testing lab with the virtual sex machine in action, here's Laura and the guy who puts the word staff in staff scientist, Perry. Laura?
Thanks, Martin. Yes, indeed, we are here with Perry, our lab scientist. And Perry, you used this, didn't you?
I did indeed, Laura. I did indeed.
Well, it looks a little bit complicated.
It's actually quite simple. The computer sends digital information through the parallel port to the magic black box, the patented black box, and creates mechanical stimuli for the male organ.
Organ what? Like a piano? What are you talking about? The member? What?
The male and balls, Laura.
There we go. So you're stimulated, and then
yes, there's a young woman on the screen, and her actions are exactly calibrated to the actions of the virtual sex machine.
Wow, that's fantastic. So, Perry, I understand that you took this home.
I did indeed. I worked very hard to establish the requisite mood, and
how was it?
Well, I remember it as though it were yesterday. Greetings, Nikki. I'm Perry. I enjoy computers and small engine repair.
I work 7 days a week, 365 days a year.
Well, tonight, you're getting off.
Wow, Perry, that was a beautiful evening, it looked like. I have to know, how was it?
Well, Laura, despite $436 worth of hardware and software, I didn't get there.
Didn't get, what do you mean?
I didn't achieve the desired result.
Result being?
Didn't reach the top of the mountain.
To what mountain?
I didn't bust a nut, Laura.
Very good. So basically, you don't like this. You're not recommending it for anyone else.
In good conscience, I can't recommend it to a man, at least a man of my stamina.
Maybe not a man of your stamina, but perhaps Martin. You might be interested in this.
Yeah, well, thanks, Laura. I guess I'll take Perry's sloppy seconds. The only woman I can get is Perry's rebound, and she's not even human. That's great. Anyway, hey, here's a little gift from me to you, a chance to throw darts at my groin. What do you say we rendezvous back here in 2 minutes, shall we?
I don't want to cuddle.
Not being screwed, the anti-screw. Unscrewed. We here at Unscrewed will not settle for being a mere TV show. No, 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 America. We want to be a multimedia extravaganza, and that's why we've gone and built ourselves the bitchinest website in tech TV history, and it turns out that was pretty easy. First of all, dig the black background. You know, I read in Cosmo that this season, black is the new color. We've got an episode guide, we've got behind-the-scenes videos and message boards for you to make me feel badly about myself, all right? But most importantly, back up top there, we've got exclusive Unscrewed games, such as Martin's Darts. Let's take a look. Check it out, you can chuck darts at my head.
That kind of tickled.
Pretty funny, huh? I look like a junkie. Thanks, art department. Whee! So go to techtv.com/unscrewed right now. Wasting time has never tasted so good. So, Laura, what's on the menu for tomorrow?
Tomorrow we've got a guy that thinks the Earth is hollow.
Shut up.
Yes. Not only that, but people live in the middle of the Earth, and he's going to channel one of them. This guy's name is Mikos. He lives underneath the Aegean Sea.
All right,
if you
we've
can
got an
believe
address. All right, I love the Greeks.
And that's not all. We've got boobs, babes, bikinis.
That's scandalous. Sounds wonderful. So, what did you think, America? Why don't you email us at unscrewed@techtv.com and let us know. And thanks a lot to Alex Chu and Eric White. I'll be back tomorrow and every day because now I'm immortal. Thanks for watching. Me and Laura say goodnight.
I walks up in the club, and the ladies looking lovely. I tried to show some love, but the haters tried to mug me. Walk up to the bar, and I tried to get my drag on.
Welcome to my show. Martin Sargent Show. Welcome to the Martin Sargent Show. I'm Martin Sargent. Yeah, you're number one. You're number one. You're gonna take him down.
Can I have a piece?
No.
I'm Martin Sargent. Clearly, I'm the guy. Yeah, I'm pretty much the man. Get with it. Yo, what's up? That's rad, man. What's up? Never seen anything like that. Blingo. Blingo? Unscrewed. That's right. Hey. Hello and welcome to episode 3 of Unscrewed, putting us one ahead of Chevy Chase and 12,204 behind Johnny Carson. Of course, neither of those people will ever know who I am. Thanks so much for being with us tonight. I can feel your auras. Perhaps some of you haven't forgotten my little sidekick, Laura Swisher. Laura? Yeah.
Wow. I can't believe that we're in, I can't believe this is show 3 already.
I know, no kidding. Actually, this is the first time I've hung out with the same woman 3 nights in a row.
Wow, that's really sad, Martin.
Well, you gotta understand, Laura, that my mom used to sneak out at night and go over to her friend Dwayne's trailer, so never had those 3 in a row.
Wait a second. Last night, your mom was really religious. Now she's sneaking out.
My mom is really faddish. You know, one day it's Rubik's Cubes, the next it's Christ. You just never know with that woman. You know, I think today's show is going to be the best one we've ever done, but that's what happens when you've only done 2 other shows and they both sucked ass. We do have a pretty wild show for you tonight, though. We've got the so-called cult leader of that group that has claimed to have created the first human clone, you know, the Raelians. That's right. His Holiness Rael is here tonight. Also, I'll talk to Rael. Let's give it up for the cult leader. Also, I'll talk to a man who wants nothing more than to give you $10,000. All you have to do is introduce him to his future wife. And Laura, please go out with the guy just once.
Do I get
I've
part
given
of the
him
money?
your number.
Can I
No, 10 G's. Come on. Reno was a bitch last weekend.
I think I can do better than 10,000, though, Martin, to be honest.
Hey, and how could I forget tonight's musical guest, the one and thankfully the only Barney.
Your bitch, you fat mother. West Side, bad boy killers. You know who the realest is. Bring it to me. First off, your bitch in the click you claim. West Side, when we ride, come equipped with game.
You know, I'm totally convinced that Barney murdered Biggie Smalls. All the clues point in that direction. I also blame Barney for the gangland-style killing of Mr. Hooper. We'll catch more of Barney and his little thug backup dances a little bit later in the show. But first...
Now, Unscrewed News with Martin Sargent.
This is the Unscrewed News with Martin Sargent. I'm Martin Sargent. Reuters reports that General Motors announced that they will discontinue their production of the electric car. It was only 2 years ago that GM proclaimed the electric car to be, quote, the car of the future. A spokesperson for GM now says that the future is come and gone, that we have entered a time beyond the future, and that giant robots will soon control our thoughts. Moving on, an independent study led by British scientists has bolstered PETA's argument that fishing constitutes cruelty to animals by announcing that fish can indeed feel pain. However, the scientists were also quick to note that, quote, the pain is nothing a little lemon and butter can't fix. Maybe some Cajun seasoning, breadcrumbs, almondine, Laura. According to the news site Wireless Flash, 2 inventors in Dallas have come out with a new electronic device that is supposed to cut in half the time it takes a woman to achieve orgasm. Or in my case, the time it takes a fat chick to fake orgasm. Actually, the new $200 device called the Slightest Touch is a machine that attaches by 2 electrodes to a woman's ankles. Scientifically, the way it works is to fool the female brain into thinking you've bought her a new pair of shoes. And that's the news with Martin Sargent. I'm Martin Sargent. Oh boy, now you are really in for a treat. Armed with a hidden camera and a sack full of tricks, our resident lunatic Gary hits the streets. His first mission? To spread word about America's hottest new technology, Selenir.
We're not selling anything today. We're just sharing it with the public, this new technology. And there it is. Yeah, that's a cell phone.
Are you serious?
Unbelievable. Look at that. I've had mine for about a week and a half.
You stick it in your skin?
You have to go and you get it installed. Somebody install it, and you can hear the voice right inside your head. It's a cell phone, man. Check it out, dude. Yeah, you have it put in. It actually goes all the way to the bone, and that's how you can hear the. So you can hear the thing in your ear. It's pretty new. I mean, it's a very new thing. It's going to be, and later on it probably will be smaller, but this, I mean, look how it started out. Look how big it was when it started out. It's huge. I mean, this is just development, obviously.
Okay, I got a question for you. How do you dial?
It's just voice activated. You turn it on, you say dialing, and you say the number you want to dial, and then it picks up. Then it's just like a cell phone. It's awesome. All right, cool.
Instead of a cell phone. You touch it.
There it is.
Call dialing. You say the number. You can hear them talk. No. This is it.
You touch it once to turn it on, and you touch it again to turn it off, and you just say what number you want to dial.
Can you take it off?
No. I imagine you could, yank it off with pliers or something. Oh, I got a thing coming in. Hello? Hello? Yeah, Yeah, no, there's people looking at it and stuff. It's great. Yeah, no, I got everything. I could use a water. Yep, a water would be great. It's like, oh, hey, thanks. Thanks, dude.
Like the last one I had, then.
Oh, cool, man. And you can hear me good?
Yeah, a little
sweet.
Static.
All right, sweet. Hello?
No, listen.
Hello? Yeah, Well, and after a while, you know that they're going to start putting like yin and yang on here, little pot leaves or whatever to make them cool, How about if it had a dolphin or something cool on it, you know what I mean? Look at that. Look at that. No?
No, what if it has a tracking device in it and the government is like right there and they can track you like on Enemy of the State,
I guess they could.
When they can like see you from like 12 feet away anywhere you are.
Hey, I'm going to try and get somebody to yell into my mouth and see if they can hear it. Yeah, just yell in my face really loud, really loud.
No way!
Can you hear it? Yeah, can you hear that? A little bit louder.
No way!
Yeah, he said he could hear you barely. And you can hear the voices right inside your head. It's great. This is rocking. Wait, you're coming in static. Hold on. Yeah.
That's Gary. He's scary. You'll be seeing him from time to time around here, unless, of course, I fire him in order to spread fear throughout the rest of my staff. He's the leader of the world's largest UFO-related organization, a frequent cloner of human babies, and an all-around great guy. We'll get to know His Holiness Royale right after I go pee. Our next guest was all over the news for claiming that his company CloneAid had cloned the first human baby, and then we went to war with Iraq, and, well, the coverage kind of dwindled. But we here at Unscrewed aren't going to let this story fade away. We are extremely excited to speak with His Holiness Royale via satellite from Quebec. Yo, Royale, what up, man?
Hello.
How you doing? So, Your Holiness, a lot of people learned about you and the Royalians when y'all announced that you had cloned a human baby. And frankly, a lot of people thought that was, well, kind of creepy and insane. But I think maybe they learned about you out of context. They didn't know the backstory. So take us back to 1973. How did you become the spiritual leader of the Raelians?
I was journalist at this time, and I was in a racing car magazine in France, and I had an encounter with a very advanced civilization from outer space, which is described in all the holy books of the world as God. They are the Elohim. They came on the earth a long time ago, and using DNA and genetic engineering, created all life on earth, including human beings in their image. And the Bible describes what they did, but the Bible is a godless, atheist book. There is no God, but a very advanced civilization which, like we start to do it today in our laboratory, created life on Earth using genetic engineering.
So why would these guys approach you, a French journalist and race car driver, and not some head of state?
They didn't choose me because they chose my mother, and one of them is my father.
So the aliens, they impregnated your mother. That's kind of creepy, you know, when you have to think about your parents having sex.
Yeah, but this is just a little detail. It's not so important. What is important is to destroy the mystery of God, to bring on earth understanding that everything is science.
So back to the whole cloning thing. Do you really think that this is safe? I understand that you guys want to be sort of the new creators. Just as the Elohim created us, the humans, you guys want to create people. But a lot of scientists who seem to know what they're talking about say this may not be the best idea at this point.
Cloning is just a first step. What is interesting is, as you just said, our ultimate goal is to create completely artificial human being. And I asked Dr. Boisselier, who is in charge of the Cloned company, Cloned, to work on another project, which is called Babytron, which is an artificial womb. Because the next step will be to be able to have a baby growing without a mother, without a surrogate mother, inside a special machine.
Why do you want to do this, though? I mean, that whole thing sounds kind of creepy when you talk about these baby farms and these children without real wombs growing up in these test tubes. What do you say to your critics?
Oh, I said they are very primitive. It's absolutely not creepy. What is creepy is all the primitive religion of the past. What is creepy is people believing that man can walk on water, that a piece of bread can be changed in the body of Jesus. That's creepy. But this is pure science. It's creating life in laboratory. Scientists everywhere in the world are working on it right now. So science must and is slowly replacing religions. Religions are killing, science is giving life.
So where are all the clone babies? I mean, you guys say that you created the clone babies, but we haven't seen them yet. Where are they? And by the way, I'm inviting you to bring them onto this show and unveil them to the world for the first time.
Thank you very much. But that's very important to say that the cloning company belongs to one of our bishops, Dr. Boisselier, and the Raelian movement is a religious organization which we are completely separated. Of course, I support spiritually, philosophically, but we have no link, and not 1 cent of the Raelian movement is involved in the cloning company, which belongs to Dr. Boisselier. I'm sure she will be delighted to talk with you.
So I got to ask you, I know you used to be a race car driver. Have you ever had an opportunity to drive a spaceship? Because those things must really handle.
That was my first request, because of course when you put your feet inside this craft, which is so huge and beautiful, you want to see how it's possible to drive it if you are a pilot or a race car driver.
Sure.
And the technology is so advanced that you can see nothing. There is no panel instrument, no radar control, nothing. And I think it is driven, or you can pilot it by mind, but I don't know how they do it.
That's what how can I become a member? I think I may be sold on this. How can I do it?
It's very simple. First of all, you have to read the book, or if you don't want to buy the book, to read all the information which is on our website, www.rael.org. And we are not a cult or sect like some people say.
No, I know you're not.
We don't have communities. We don't ask people to leave their family.
Is there a lot of sex going on, though? There's a lot of sex, like at the sensual meditation workshops. I bet there's a lot of sex.
That's another rumor. It's absolutely untrue. What is the truth is we respect freedom. And we say, sexuality is your freedom. If you enjoy to be with one wife and to stay together, perfect. If you enjoy to have multiple partners, perfect. It's your problem.
All right. Hey, Rael, as always, it's been a pleasure chilling with you.
Thank you, me too. I love Tech TV.
All right. What's your favorite show on Tech TV, real quick?
I must say, I watch everything almost, but I love this girl with, I forgot her name, with the new gear.
Sumi Das.
Sumi Das. She's so sexy and so beautiful.
I'll try to get her to join your movement.
I would like to talk with her one day. Congratulations.
All right. Peace out, brah.
Peace and love.
All right. Hey. He's great. He's good people, huh, Rael? Coming up, I'll show you how to make $10,000 the easy way, tax-free. You'd be a fool to miss it, especially if you're a pimp. Stick around. Stop being screwed, the anti-screw. Unscrewed. And welcome back. So, how much would you pay for a wife? Me? I'll go as high as $99.95 plus shipping and handling, so long as I get that certificate of authenticity, kind of like when I buy my Beanie Babies. Anyway, our next guest is willing to shell out $10,000 for a wife, and all that loot might end up in your pocket. Via Netcam, please welcome the man behind 10kforawife.com, Rod Barnett. Hey, what's up, Rod?
Hey, Martin, how you doing?
Fantastic, sir. So what is it that you're looking for, Rod?
Well, I'm looking for a very down-to-earth person, but yet a very intelligent person that can make me laugh. And I found out she typically has darker features and darker hair, and that's just what I'm attracted to. And I'm not, people have called me Shallow Hal and things like that.
Hey, you should meet my sidekick, Laura Swisher. Sounds like she fits the description.
Yeah, or Sumi kind of looking.
You like Sumi Das, too?
Yeah, I like Sumi. I think she's very pretty. I think that's chemistry, you know, and I think that's things that you can't deny. And I think we go around denying that type of thing. And I think that with the Internet, I've been able to articulate exactly what I want and prove to people that they're wrong when they say that they're not out there and that they say you can't have what you want. I disagree.
Well, this site has been up there for a long time. I mean, what's the response been, and how come it's still up? How come you haven't found the right woman?
Well, I've almost been engaged once to somebody. I've spent probably 3 of those years in a relationship, and
but you kept the site up.
Well, I actually took it down and put her up in place of it. At one time, I put my girlfriend up and kind of said that I'm in a relationship and put an auto reply on it and everything. And so, you know, we went through that whole thing. That's a real interesting dynamic, let me tell you.
Yeah, I'll bet. Basically,
when do you turn that off?
Basically, what you're looking for here is a pimp.
Yeah, $10,000 pimp, I guess.
Now, how many people have you met? And usually, is it the women that come to you, or is it the men who want the $10,000?
It's both. Men refer their coworkers and things like that, and women respond themselves, and they respond with their friends. I have some of the most bizarre situations you can imagine. I have daughters referring their lonely mothers and sending photos.
That's hot.
And some very heart-wrenching stories of lonely mothers and daugers and things like that. It's amazing.
Maybe I ought to up the ante, go 20 grand. Do I hear 25? Have you thought about it?
I've also actually thought that would make them lose objectivity. I think you get to 20 grand, they start
that's
talking about
not quite
splitting
as down to earth, and that's what you're looking for, I guess.
Down to earth, brunette, in good shape, that is, you know, really into psychology and. It just, you know.
Gotcha. Big into psychology. Real quick here, I hear you're a big Tech TV fan.
I am a big fan. I've watched you guys emerge, and I've stayed and seen Patrick and everybody, and I'm constantly watching it. So
how much would you pay to date Sumi Das?
Huh?
How much would you pay to date Sumi Das?
Oh gosh, well it could be $10,000.
I'll try to hook that up for you.
$200 date.
$200 a date?
$200 date.
I'll make it happen, Rod. Hey, I got it. Hey, Rod, thanks very much. Thanks very much, and good luck to you. All right.
Okay, Martin.
I'm gonna keep my eyes open around the halls of Tech TV.
Thanks.
So let's shift gears from wife buying to what you have been waiting for: the porn tip of the day with our resident porn expert, Judy.
Hi, I'm Judy with your porn tip of the day. Are you tired of searching through all those web pages to find free dirty movies? Well, I like to go to alltheweb.com. Click on the video tab and then type in what you're looking for. Let's try little weenies. I don't know why I just thought of that. There we go, a direct link to the video. Oof. Weenies. What could be better than that? Other than a good casserole, of course. Well, I'm Judy with the porn tip of the day. To share your porn tips with me, you can write to me at judy@techtv.com. Ta-ta for now.
We'll continue to pop in on Judy until the show gets canceled or my house gets firebombed. Hey, if Laura in fact had a scrotum, would you be able to tell? But first, the best advice I've ever gotten from a TV commercial other than, give us a week and we'll take off the weight.
Zazuka.
Unscrewed. Hey, you ever have too many cocktails out at the dance club and pull a funky cold Medina? In non-street terms, that's mistaking a dude for a chick. But with the right training, you can avoid this unnecessary embarrassment. Here's a little pop quiz devised by Rob Manuel of the brilliant website B3TA called Female or She-Male. Let's see how we do, shall we? Laura, you got to help me out with this, all right? I have a feeling that the women are a little bit better than the dudes this game. Here's how it works. There'll be several pictures, and we have to decode it. We have to determine if these people are females or she-males. Let's start with the first one right there. What do you think, Laura?
That is that's a she-male.
That's a she-male? That's actually a lady. That's actually a lady. Wow. Let's go down to the next one, shall we? All right, this one right here with the sex mouth. She's got the sex mouth.
That's
what do you
a female.
That's a female?
Yeah.
You got a lot of... That's a lady. Yeah.
That's a lady.
All right, one more. Let's keep going here. Okay. How, this one right here.
She's that's Jennifer Lopez.
That's Cindy Crawford. What do you think? Audience? She-male. That's a man. That's a man. Wow. It's like the last scene in The Crying Game in here.
That's gotta be a she-male.
That's gotta be a she-male. That is way too ugly to be any type of woman. That is a man. That is a man. All right, let's take a look at this one. She says, "Hello, Whip. I want to French kiss you." I don't know if that's a dude or a chick thing to do, but that's a lady.
Wow.
Can we do one more? We got time for one more? No. All right, that's all. That's it. That's all we got time for. All right, now we can go dancing in the Castro with confidence tonight. Hey, we're gonna have to end on that very, very low note. But thanks to His Holiness Rael and Rod Barnett. I wonder if he'd pay $5K for some of those she-males. And a big apology to Barney. We'll have you back real soon. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.
And the ladies looking lovely. Tried to show some love.
Rael, terribly flattered by the offer to join your movement, but I'm gonna have to respectfully decline. What I can do for you, though, I'm gonna send you one of my hairs. Since you got the cloning hookup and all, I figure you can clone me. As for you, Rod, you seem like a decent guy, and not to go all prima donna on you, but $200 for a date? You gotta be kidding me. That's gonna get you a phone call, and a short one at that. Oh, another thing, Martin, dude, quit pimping me to your guests.
I'm Martin Sargent. Clearly, I'm the guy. Duh. I'm pretty much the man. Get with it. Yo, what's up? That's rad, man. What's up? I've never seen anything like that. And Blingo. Blingo? Unscrewed. That's right. I love that opening. It brought me back to my jazzercise days.
Oh, you were awesome.
Sweating to the Asians. Hello and welcome to day 4 of Unscrewed. Can you believe that we made it this far? The show that bathes itself in the pussy secretions of technology's seamy underbelly. Speaking of secretions, let me introduce my big fine sidekick, Laura Swisher. Laura!
Wow, yeah, thanks, Marty. Speaking of secretions, that's what I come to mind when you say that.
I was going to say, speaking of underbellies, but that wouldn't have been. So, Laura, you've been sitting on this cheap IKEA couch for 3 nights now, basking in the glow of my genius. How does it feel to have achieved worldwide fame?
It doesn't feel any differently today than it did yesterday.
Really? How are you coping with it all? Like the paparazzi when you walk out of your house?
I just wear sunglasses.
Just wear sunglasses, yeah. And the whole drug scene, you've managed to, you know, the uppers and the downers and all that.
You know, I gotta tell you, show 1, addicted to heroin, kicked it, day 2.
Yeah,
I'm
fame
good.
is not all it's cracked up to be.
And you know what? Crack is not all that it's famed to be.
Hooked on the goofballs. Our executive producer, Paul Block, passes them out as if we're birds at the park, so it's kind of hard to resist.
To not.
But we can stop whenever we want, can't we, Laura?
Absolutely.
Hey, tonight on this particular program, you're going to meet some of the most interesting people in America. That's a promise. First, this guy's great. We have a dentist who travels through time and may be an alien from the future. Then a young lady who has perfected the art of oral sex. That's right, we have a black belt in deep throating on the show tonight.
Finally!
Yeah.
That's what I'm looking
Because
for.
I'm sick of hanging out with all those brown belts in deep throating.
Don't get them started on the yellow belts.
But first, it's time for a little segment we like to call Geek Style Blunders. It's our take on the do's and don'ts of Star Trek convention style. First model, please. Ooh. Now, this is a Klingon warrior that knows how to throw down. It's after the convention. The crowd is sitting out on the floor, but he's not worried. Why? Because he's up in his room, kicking back in his Tampa Bay Bandit shirt, drinking margaritas with an ex-Eagles roadie. Our grade, straight A. Next picture, please. Okay, first off, brah, what's up with your foot? You need to check that silly-ass boot at the door. I mean, a boot like that could get you kicked out of the buffet line at the Marriott, and no offense, but judging from the look of your lady, that's not a fate you want to mess with. Our grade, C+. You can do better. Final picture. Now, this is a guy we can party with, yeah. These 2 anime bunnies are ready to overlook the leprosy thing and escort him to the hotel. Ensign set course for a continental breakfast in bed for 3. Our grade, A+. Nice work, pal. Way to go. That's what we like to see at the Star Trek convention.
That was really nice. That was
really trying.
Amazing.
Yeah. Now, here's a heart-wrenching adventure saga about one man's quest to find the perfect blender. Take a look. Hi, I'm Martin Sargent. Now that I have my own TV show, I figured it's high time I upgraded my blender. That's why we've come to the Gourmet Product Show. Come on. You see, I love blended drinks, and if there's one thing I found out while hanging out with my beautiful and rich TV friends, it's that nothing spells success like a very powerful blender. This is the mecca of kitchen innovation, and that's why we're here, to find the most badass blender on the market. Whoa. Wow. You know where the blenders are? Okay, cool. Maybe we can meet up over there later.
Well, I don't know.
Have a margarita? No? All right. Can I have some? Can I touch it?
No, my name is Serge.
Serge?
Serge?
Serge.
Oui.
Serge.
Serge.
Serge?
Serge.
You know, right now I can only fit 1 or 2 blenders into my life. But once this show gets big, a wall of blenders. A wall of blenders. This is Jackie, the blender lady. What are you holding?
All right, this is the Westinghouse Intelliblend blender, the blender with a brain.
Will it blend rhino horn? I live in a world of blenders. You gotta be kidding me. Shut up. Shut up. A duel? That is the future. Watch this. Yeah. 2 hands. 2 hands. Who wants to do shots? Let's blend. Let's do it. Whoa. Yeah. Wow. Wow. Dude, that tastes like dog. Blender World. Blendopolis. Hold on. This is it. This is it. This is like Army blender.
This is a 3.75 horsepower blender.
3.75? This is the kind they use in the space program, right? Will you give me one for free? Because like lots of high-powered people are always coming over to my house to drink blender drinks, and probably they'd all buy one if they saw it at my house. Snoop Dogg after the show I can have?
Absolutely.
Where you going with my blender?
You know, that John Lovitz looking dude really did promise me that blender, and when he makes good on that promise, I'm gonna go on a serious blending spree, man. Blend till I hit rock bottom, a 3-day blender.
Oh my.
So our art major is even more pathetic than you thought? The answer comes up next. All right, so during the break, we got like a ton of emails, and we probably would have gotten a lot more, but I filter all the ones that have "you suck" in the subject line. Anyway, they're all from Star Trek fans, Trekkers, you guys call it, not Trekkies, but Trekkers. Anyway, that wasn't in the geek style blooders. That was not a Klingon, apparently. That was a Cardassian. That is a Cardassian. I don't know what's on your left there. That's a, God knows what that kind of alien is. Jeez. Sorry about that. Didn't know. Apparently there's a lot of Trekkies here in the Tech TV audience. Who knew? Anyway, Laura, you've been surfing around the internet, huh?
Hey, I've been surfing around the internet, Marty. How'd you know? Yeah, actually, I was surfing the internet, and I came across a really cool site full of upcoming artists.
I love art. I spend a lot of time at the museums.
Yeah. Checking out the girls.
Yeah, those guys. I like those artsy chicks. Yeah.
So yeah, this is the site. It's elephantart.com, and
don't like that kind of artsy chick.
The elephant artist.
Like the elephants. Yeah, that's pretty good.
Well, it's not bad. They raise money for elephant conservation, but check out. There's some artists I think that should be featured a little more.
Sela.
This is a self-portrait by Sela. She's a 19-year-old female.
Ooh, 19, barely legal.
Oh, Marty. This one, it speaks to me, though. It says, "You're an idiot if you buy this."
Yeah, that's the message I get, too. That's
really?
the impression
We're
I
on
get.
the same art wavelength. That's amazing. Here's one by Fong.
Fong.
Yeah. As you can clearly see, he's ripping off Jackson Pollock.
No, that's so de-cooning.
Although I have to say, there is one standout. Now this is JoJo.
JoJo.
A true Renaissance elephant. By the way,
why do all artists dress like gay guys?
JoJo designed that himself. Okay, so this one coming up, it's a real standout. I think you're gonna like it. It's called Me Mad.
Whoa, wait.
I think it's genius. I mean, look at the attention to detail.
JoJo hate paint. That kind of looks like me, the figure with the tusks goring through the chest.
Why is it always about you? I'm talking about art. You're like, it's about me. Whatever.
That's JoJo. Is there any more? Is that it?
No, there's one more.
Whoa! What the hell? That is clearly me.
I don't
clearly
see it.
Me.
You know what? Personally, I don't see it. But you know what? You should get that because it's going to be worth a lot of money.
Because I'm really famous?
No, because JoJo died a week ago of an overdose.
Oh, that's so sad.
But check it out. It's elephantart.com.
We will check it out. Go buy some. Support. I mean, it's
support the elephants.
It's not the only way is not buying those ivory billiard balls. Buy the paint.
Buy
support
the paint.
elephant.
Yeah.
Hey, is there someone in your life that you despise? Perhaps an ex-lover who stole my stuff? Or someone who's in some way different than you? Good thing my hacker pal Kevin Rose is here with a tech tip for the vengeful. Kevin?
Yes, Marty, we have a little tech tip today.
Mm-hmm. From the Dark Tipper. They call him the Dark Tipper.
They do call him. I hate that name, the Dark Tipper. How are you going to go up to girls and say, "I'm the Dark Tipper. Can I get your IP address?"
Yeah, because it's a lot cooler to go up to girls and say, "Hi, I'm a hacker."
I think hacker is a little cooler than the Dark Tipper, but anyway.
That's correct. Anyway, okay, so we're really going to screw with some. There's this guy in the office named Prager who's just a complete so
He's a
we want to screw with this guy, all right?
Prager's a tucker.
Yeah, he tucks
He's
every day. He comes in with like Hager slacks, and he's like, I'm Prager.
Hager.
That's really one of the reasons
That
we
is
hate
Prager. Hager are the Dockers. The Dockers with the little cleats. Yeah, he loves those.
So what are we going to do to Prager?
This is what we're going to do. Check this out. Prager launches all of his programs from his desktop. So he clicks on his icons to launch anything like anybody else would.
Sure.
What we're going to do is we're going to hit print screen, and that's going to capture a snapshot of the desktop.
Oh, devious.
And then we're going to open up Paint, and we're going to paste it right inside Paint, okay?
Okay, this Paint comes with like any Windows.
Any Windows,
right?
95, 98, you name it. So let's close out Paint. We've already pasted it and saved it here, and it's called desktop.bitmap. So what we'll do is we'll launch Internet Explorer here, and then we'll move this out of the way here, and I'll drag this desktop.bitmap right into Internet Explorer.
God, this is so dark.
Now hold on, it's getting better. What we're going to do is we're going to right-click and say Set as Background.
No.
Yes. Now watch this. What this is going to do is it's actually going to replace these icons. See, there's two icons here. This one is actually a picture of the icon, so he can't open it. As much as you click, you can't open it.
This is just a bitmap.
So it's a big bitmap. So we're going to hide all these icons where Prager won't be able to find them. And then he's going to go clicking away. In fact, actually, we got some footage of him.
We actually did this to Prager in the office.
He did.
Can we take a look at this?
He was pretty pissed off.
Here it is. He is so tucked. Oh, he's getting pissed. He's getting pissed. He can't. He's clicking. He thinks the computer's frozen. Prager, what's going to happen? Watch this. He totally wigs out.
Prager's always so angry. He always hitting things in the office. He's always doing that kind of stuff. That's Prager.
And that's our dark tipper, Kevin Rose.
Thank you.
Hey, thanks a lot, Kevin. If you missed any of that, wow, that was the nerdiest thing that's ever been on this show, Dark Tipper.
Hopefully I'll have some more.
If you missed any of that, yeah, come back again. Kevin's got an article up on our website, techtv.com/unscrewed. Just ahead, a time-traveling dentist tells us about life in the 35th century. Stick around.
That's Prager.
And now it's time for another moment in NASA history.
Christ, look at the time.
Unscrewed. Screwed? Unscrewed. Joining us now, he's not only an internationally recognized hypnotherapist and dentist, but also specializes in past life regression and future life progression. You might call it psychic time travel. Please welcome Dr. Bruce Goldberg. Thanks for joining us, Dr. Goldberg.
Oh, it's a pleasure to be with you, Martin.
I called it psychic time travel, but in your own words, please explain what past life regression and future life progression are.
Well, very simply, it's using your subconscious mind, which is actually pure energy. It's like a television signal. And what you're doing is you're going to be able to access into something called your Akashic Records, which is like a chart that we all have that has a complete listing of all of our past, present, parallel, and future lifetimes.
So, have you traveled through time?
Yes, and so have 13,000 of my patients that I see in my Los Angeles office over the last 30 years.
Let's get a little bit more specific here. What happens, for instance, in the 35th century?
Well, the 35th century is actually the most interesting one because we have the greatest technological as well as spiritual growth in the history of mankind. For example, you're going to have amusement parks. Instead of the ones that you see now with rides and cotton candy and all this kind of stuff, what you're going to see is amusement parks that are several thousand feet above the earth.
Isn't that a little dangerous? I mean, you have to be like a certain height to ride it?
There are force fields around these amusement parks so that you don't fall off the edge in case you don't get it, you know?
Not really, but let's move on. How long do people live in the 35th century?
The average 35th century citizen could live to be as long as 900 years young by a device called the alpha syncolarium. When the 35th century citizen is 900 years old, they don't look a day over 700.
That makes sense. How do people eat?
There's a device that's very interesting called, I call this the Mind Witch machine. It's actually a brainwave food simulator. So let's say you want the proverbial chicken sandwich. It looks like a microwave, except your thoughts create the food itself. It's synthetic. It doesn't give you any calories, but it gives you all the nutrition. So that's why 35th century citizens are all trim, vibrant, very low fat ratios.
So we're talking about psychic time travel. What about actual time travel?
The actual real time travel will be discovered in the year approximately 3050 by a man named Tatos.
Tatu?
Tatos.
Matmos.
Tatos.
Tatos.
We have actual time travelers that are on the planet right now and have been throughout history, as I explain in the book Time Travelers from Our Future.
Well, why are they here?
But what they're doing is they're trying to help us, not just technologically. If your viewers think that the technology we have today, especially as exhibited on this network, is due to your tax dollars at work, you can forget it. It's due to time travelers and actually extraterrestrials from past centuries all the way to the current.
So all technology.
Time travelers and extraterrestrials.
Cell phones, the internet.
Time travelers and extraterrestrials.
The clapper.
Time travelers and extraterrestrials.
What are some of these time travelers like?
They're reptilians, and what they tend to be is futuristic criminals escaping time cops, sort of like Superman Part 2 when the bad guys from Krypton escaped, you know?
There's a rumor on the internet that you, Dr. Goldberg, are in fact one of these time travelers sent back in time. Can you confirm or deny this here on this show?
Well, actually, that rumor has been around for a long time since my old friend Art Bell and many others. I can neither confirm nor deny, because if I was a time traveler, a man in black would take me out, and if I'm not, it would be lousy television.
If you're not a time traveler, then what are you?
Then I can be anything I want to be, so the mystery goes on.
Yes, the mystery certainly goes on. Hey, what do you think of that guy Rael, the guy who says he's cloned a human being?
If you study the history of this freak, okay, I don't know why they're giving him attention. You know, I'm not against people who believe in UFOs and ETs if they're stable. This guy is just looking to make money. I want to see these clones, by the way. But why is this guy so secret? It's sort of like, you know, I've got the magical secret, folks, but I want your money and your publicity, but I won't tell you how to do it unless you make me king of the world.
I agree. I mean, he's making wildly outrageous claims.
I have a problem with that. Just to call me irresponsible, but I have just a little bit of a problem with guys like that.
Plus all that media publicity.
My philosophy is be spiritual and positive, and don't let the freaks get all the attention. Deal with your own empowerment, because the purpose in what I'm trying to do here and going to the future is not trying to cheat the system like stock market results or race results of horse racing, but the actual way of psychic empowerment.
Okay, I guess this interview needs to come to an end then. Thank you, Dr. Goldberg.
My pleasure, Martin. Love to reincarnate sometime.
Yeah. All right, if you'd like to travel to the 35th century and possibly meet Tatos for yourself, or if you just wanted to get your teeth cleaned, check out drbrucegoldberg.com. After the break, a woman and a penis. The anti-screw. Unscrewed. Hey, are you bored with your 9-to-5 job? Have a special talent in the bedroom? Well, why not do what our next guest, Heather, did? With the help of the internet, Heather has managed to combine her sexual proclivities and a little tech savvy to launch another lucrative career. She's the talent behind the runaway hit website, iDeepthroat.com. Welcome, Heather.
Hi, thank you.
So iDeepthroat.com, this is a conspiracy site about the Watergate informant?
No, our site doesn't have anything to do with any presidential scandal.
What does it have to do with?
Oral sex. I deep throat, and I do.
Versus, you know, run-of-the-mill oral sex, you know, a Hummer. What's the difference here?
Well, I would say it feels a lot better going all the way down. That's what I'm told by Jim anyway.
And Jim is your husband.
Yes.
He's like the bodiless penis we see on your site.
He is.
Can all girls do this, or is this a special talent?
Well, I tell you, I wasn't able to do it for a long time. I had to practice. So I would say any girl that really, really wants to do it can, with some practice.
That's hopeful. And when you say all the way down, is Jim's penis, like, in your esophagus?
You know what? I'm not sure where it goes, but I can take him all the way down, and it just goes down my throat, I guess.
Word. And is Jim's the only penis you put in your mouth and pooper?
Yes, he is.
But you have sex with other women in the videos, correct?
Yes, I love other girls.
You're into the lesy stuff.
Yes, they're very, very pretty.
Does your husband get to have sex with these other women?
Yes.
Now, that's not fair.
Well, it is to me. I'm not interested in having sex with any other guys.
But he's interested in having sex with other women. I mean, doesn't that bother you?
No, because I feel the same.
These women, are these your friends? I mean, do you meet them at the book club? Where do you get these people?
Most of them are friends and friends of friends. You know, we gone to strip clubs and, you know, met some girls, so.
You make good money on this site?
We're doing pretty well. We're doing well.
Give me an idea. I mean, I'm sure other women out there want to know how much money they could make if they went into this type of business.
Oh, it varies. You know, I'm not.
Come on, hundreds of thousands, tens of thousands. Do you have any other jobs, or is this a full-time occupation?
For me, it is.
Well, you're an inspiration for stay-at-home moms looking to cash in on the internet. In addition, I think that all female college freshmen should be required to study the techniques you present on your site. Thanks a lot, Heather.
Thank you.
Hey, make sure you check out Heather and her willing mouth at iDeepthroat.com. Laura?
Our website kicks ass.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Check it out. If you scroll down to the bottom of the page, you'll find something that we in the biz called the Fart News Ticker. Now, this thing pulls in links to all the latest headlines. It's posted on fart.com, our favorite source of sick and stupid news.
Yeah, check it out. Like, crack house can't be torn down because it's a historic site. Perfume makes woman appear 5 kilos lighter. You're not going to find those in the New York Times, people.
No, you're not. Hey, so get up off your ass and go to techtv.com/unscrewed, where more Americans get their news than from any other website for a late-night TV show on Tech TV. Probably.
All right, thanks to Dr. Bruce Goldberg and Deep Throated Heather for teaching me about love and life. And thank you for watching. Good night, everyone. Thank you. Wingo? Wingo? Unscrewed. That's right.
Wingo got my baby.
Bingo. Wingo. Hello there and welcome to Unscrewed, the only thing keeping me from living up to my full potential. I'm Martin Sargent, and joining me, as always, it's the irrepressible Laura Swisher.
Yes, I'm the irrepressible Laura Swisher.
Isn't that cute? So, Laura, are you part of the Swisher family that makes those urinal screens? You know what I'm talking about?
I wish I were, because they're everywhere, and I would be much richer than I am.
You would be
right
part
now.
of that whole Swisher urinal cake dynasty.
Exactly.
It's awesome. The big southern family of Swisher.
Why do you bring it up,
The House of Swisher. Women may not know this unless their last name is Swisher, but in the urinals in the better men's room of America, they have these red screens covering the drain, and they say Swisher on them.
Fantastic.
Yeah, and they often also say, underneath Swisher, they say no to drugs. I think we actually have a picture. I have a picture, and you can't. It's hard to make it out. I know it's not a great picture, but come on, how many people bring a digital camera into the John to take a whiz with them?
Besides you,
I don't know. I didn't take the picture. I found it on the internet. That's what I got. I was looking in urinals. And Swisher, by the way, good strategy. Put the message "Say no to drugs" where I can piss on it.
Great. I'm glad that you see my name when you piss. Now, I can
Not when I do drugs. Anyway, the reason I bring up the topic of drugs and saying no to them is tonight's guest is Nancy Reagan. Nancy.
Wow.
No, I'm just kidding about that. I'm just kidding. One of tonight's guests, however, is the inventor of this. This is the Vapir. It's a digital bong that connects to your computer via USB. That's right. Some people say it does for marijuana what a vat of hot grease did for chicken. $400, is it worth it? We're going to find out. We're going to test this sucker right here on tonight's show. That ought to be enlightening. Also tonight, a guy who has launched a whole career separating the Photoshop-enhanced naked celebrity photos from the real naked celebrity photos.
Finally.
Yeah, I think the name of that career is Dirty Old Man. And man, oh man, we really keep our finger on the pulse of the music scene. Tonight's musical guest, it's a hot new singing and dancing duo out of Korea with their soon-to-be hit, Money Funny. Ladies?
Snowflakes? What's flying around there?
I think that's like Asian Wilson Phillips. The one on the right. We're going to check back a little later with those girls. Right now, they're ripping up my green room. But first...
Now, Unscrewed News with Martin Sargent.
This is Unscrewed News with Martin Sargent. Martin Sargent reporting. Our top story tonight, a jail in Maine is the first in the nation to have installed an ATM machine so that prisoners can have access to their money. Great, ATM fees. Haven't they been raped enough?
Rape jokes. Fun.
Rape jokes are always funny. About 90% of transactions are people getting cash for bail, and the rest are for inmates who want to buy something special for their bitch. By the way, Bitch Appreciation Day is coming up, so don't forget to get those cute panties. Hey, the Associated Press reports that a Rapid City, Iowa company has started broadcasting funerals over the internet, giving friends and family who are unable to attend a high-tech way to pay their respects. A copyright infringement lawsuit is already underway because funerals are already being broadcast on the web. They're just called Chicago Cubs games. And people who watch sports tell me they're actually doing very well this year, so that might not be that funny. Moving on, according to Reuters, as an alternative to castration, scientists have developed a new drug that can be injected into your puppy's testicles to sterilize him. Animal rights activist Bob Barker cheered the announcement, saying, "Do you know how hard it is to get a condom on a beagle?" Now that the technique has worked on puppies, scientists will test it out on Rod Roddy. Come on down. And that's the news with Martin Sargent. Martin Sargent. Hey, coming up after the break. Did you like that? Did you get a kick out of that? Thank you. After the break, Ed Lake, the fake detective, will be here to tell you if the pictures of naked celebrities you look at on the web are real or fake, as if you really give a damn. Stick around. Unscrewed. Unscrewed. Welcome back. So earlier I spoke with a man who is all about nipples. Let's take a look. In this age of Photoshop and digital photography, it's hard to be certain that the pictures you look at on the web are actually the pictures you're looking at on the web. Our next guest makes his business to separate the real from the fake. Ed Lake, the fake detective, welcome to Unscrewed, sir.
Well, thank you, Marty.
All right, so Detective Lake,
Glad to be here.
All right, it's a pleasure to have you. Your website says you've been protecting the innocent, defending the truth, and recovering the sullied reputations of beautiful damsels since 1996. How did you get into this fake detective business?
Well, it was very indirect. I started, I was writing screenplays, and I was having problems trying to develop interesting characters, and I thought I'd write for specific movie stars. So I started collecting pictures of the movie stars so I could have them in front of me.
So take me through an average day in the fake detective business.
Well, basically I collect pictures is what I do, and I go through various news groups that are devoted to celebrity pictures, and I look for pictures that I don't have in my collections. And in the process of collecting these real pictures, sometimes a fake will appear. And then there'll be a discussion about it will appear as to whether it's a real picture or not. And I will then, if it becomes interesting enough, I'll go and try to find out whether it is real or not by going to find a real picture so I can match the fake with the real.
So you can sort of tell right off the bat when you look at one of these pictures on the internet that it might be a fake?
Yes, that's the basic rule, because by knowing what a celebrity will pose for, when I see something that I know the celebrity will not pose for, I know it's a fake right away, and it's just a matter of proving it.
So let's take a case labeled number 15. It's Gillian Anderson. You say that this is a really bad example of a fake picture. You could tell right off the bat. It looks pretty good to me. What was it that let you know that this is fake?
Well, she's not wearing any underwear, for one thing, so that was like a trick. So I knew she wouldn't pose that way, so right away I knew it was a fake.
Do you remember your first case? Take me back to when this whole fake detective business began.
Yeah, so there are several fakes of Gillian Anderson on the internet where people were arguing as to whether they're real or not. I couldn't believe she'd pose that way. Even they'd say that they were taken by her boyfriend when she was younger or whatever, and all this type of stuff. And so I hunted down the headshot, and this particular one, her head was tilted at like a 45-degree angle, and when I looked at it, when I found a real headshot, I found that her earring on a real shot was hanging straight down, but in the fake it was hanging at a 45-degree angle. So that was kind of interesting to me.
It's amazing that this is such detail that you would have to know to be able to pick this out, these things that you're describing.
Oh yeah, that's part of it. I mean, you get to know a celebrity's earlobe shape.
Yeah, I guess if you look at the pictures of celebrities enough. Take me to case number 362. It's Nicole Kidman. You rated this one an A+. You had difficulty telling this was a fake. Why?
Well, I suspected it was a fake because, number one, Nicole Kidman's nipple there is just a little bit too light. I've seen her nipples, and they're not that dark.
So Nicole, you know Nicole Kidman's nipples well enough to be able to tell that that wasn't really her nipple.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
And so I just had to find a headshot, and when I found the headshot, I couldn't believe. I was wondering who the celebrity was in that picture, who actually exposed a nipple like that in front of this crowd at some kind of a
that's crazy. Who would do that? Who has the best nipples of all the celebrities, would you say?
Well, I can't. I think I like them all.
You like them all? Hey, is there a posse of forgers out there, sort of like this shadowy gang that you've gotten to know and you've been hunting them down over the years?
Oh, there are hundreds and hundreds of fakers out there. Some are better than others. Most fakers are very, very crude, and what they do is basically pornography. But there are some really good ones out there, and there's like two different communities: one of fakers and one of picture collectors. The picture collectors hate the fakers, and they don't like getting the pictures from one into the other.
Can I test you right now, sir? I want to show you a picture. Okay, this is actually a picture of me with my shirt off. I want you to be able to tell me: is this a fake picture? Is this not a fake picture?
Well, it looks like a fake with the coloring on the face doesn't look the same, but everything really explains.
Looks
well, I don't know about everything else. Only your wife would know about everything else.
Okay, let's take a look at another picture here. How about this one? This was actually taken after our launch party. Is this a real picture or not?
That I cannot tell you. I mean, there are some pictures. I don't know the woman. I don't know the circumstances. She's not a celebrity. I have nothing to compare it with. This is one of those pictures where I just cannot say.
Well, she might dispute the fact whether she's a celebrity or not. But, hey, Detective Blake, thank you so much for being with us today, all right? Where can people view your handiwork, by the way?
At fake-detective.com.
Fake-detective.com. There you go. Ed Lake, it has been fascinating. Thank you so much. And keep up the fine sleuthing.
Will do. Thank you.
All right, now coming up, we're going to test out the latest rage in herb smoke, and that's right, it's a digital bong that connects to your computer via USB. Is it better than your glass pipe? We'll find out next. Unscrewed. Oh, hi. Welcome back. From the dawn of time, man has burned and inhaled the smoke of plants to capture their essence. And from the dawn of time, man has been dying of smoking-related diseases. Joining me now is a guy who may have found a way around the sticky wicket of lung cancer, the founder and CEO of Advanced Inhalation Revolution, Shaheen Sean. What's up, man?
Hey, how are you?
So if I smoke tobacco out of your machine, the vape, I have less of a chance of getting lung cancer? How does that work?
Well, basically the way the vape works is that it'll heat up any plant material, and it's digitally controlled only to the point where the material releases all the good stuff, what you need. But what it doesn't do is heat it to the point where it burns it and it combusts. So it's a very accurately digitally controlled heating device that heats your material up only to the point where it gently releases everything that all the good stuff.
Gotcha. And this attaches to a computer via USB. What's that for?
We've got actually on the unit future upgrade to USB. This is mainly for medical practitioners. We have doctors, naturopathic doctors, holistic practitioners who purchase this device, and often their patients are going to be in other places. So you basically connect your vape to your computer, punch in your access code, or your doctor will punch in your access code at a specified time, and you can get a specified dosage of whatever your prescribed drug is.
So let's cut to the chase here. Is this still going to get me screwed up?
Well, it all depends on what you put in there, but instead of getting you screwed up, it might actually make you feel delightful.
Delightful. So, come on, this is just a fancy bong for rich druggies to do the pot.
Well, you know, that's interesting that you would say that. I think, you know, that's a very limited perspective, a limited way to see this.
Come on, people aren't really going to use it to stop smoking. They're going to use it to get high.
People could use it for other things. I'm sure some people may. But really, you know, what we have here is the most efficient system for utilizing any type of plant medicine, whatever it may be.
Like medical marijuana?
We're really not allowed to say that the product does anything that would affect your body chemistry, but I think you can certainly read between the lines being in.
Lines of cocaine?
I can't talk about that.
All right, Sean, so if I want to use your device to get high, how much is it going to set me back?
Well, right now, we've got two models, one which retails for $299.99 and another which retails for $399.99.
But I could get like an ounce of the Super Kind Chronic for $400, can't I?
I can't talk about that, but I think people can go on chat rooms, people can go on the internet.
Sean, you're hopped up on the goofballs right now, aren't you?
Hopped up on the goofball.
And there you have it. Thanks, Sean.
Hey, thanks very much.
Get yourself a Vapier of your own over at vapier.com. You'll find the link at our website. Of course, we're not just going to take Sean's word for it, Druggy. Let's see how the Vapier fares with Laura and staff scientist Perry. Laura?
Thanks, Marty. So yeah, I am here with Perry and the Vapier here. I don't know what it means, but I think it might be French for bong.
I believe that's completely incorrect. It's actually refers to the vaporization process, whereby a source material is heated just enough to create an inhalable particulate. It's not burned, so there's no CO2 or harmful side effects.
Oh, wait, I think what you're trying to say is there's no smoke?
Right, right. There's no smoke in this device.
So that means for anyone trying to kick the habit.
Right. Cigarettes would be great. It would be great for cigarette users because you just get the nicotine without the harmful tar and CO2 emissions.
But how does that happen? I don't understand how there can be no smoke and yet you're
well, just
smoking.
The essential ingredients are convected essentially out of the source material into your lungs
now
without flame.
You tried this already. You had the,
yes,
the
I did.
thing comes with like
it does
some
come
herbs.
with several various herbal scents. In fact, I tried the lavender, which tastes like a box of potpourri. So I can't really recommend it.
And I don't think we'd want you to because I know your breath smelled like lavender for 3 days or something,
certainly,
or 3 hours, or I don't know what. So Marty was actually nice enough to give us his own special herb, and I don't know how to load it.
Well, I will show you.
Thank
First,
you.
we insert it in the tray, like so. Then we insert the tray in the upper portion of the device, like so.
Now, hey, does this play CDs too?
Certainly not. Certainly not. In fact, well, theoretically, you could have an MP3 player, I guess.
That'd be cool.
And thus, we'll heat the material to the specified temperature, which is 300 degrees. I will now inhale.
Hit the club to this big ice on the wrist. At the bar, get blitzed, popping bottles of Chris. Ladies, hella fun. Put a body, that's a crime.
No. Hey, yo. You want to get a pizza?
I don't think I do, but Perry, please get your hand off my knee.
Oh, hey, no thanks, no thanks. Marte! Where did you get the shiznit, yo?
Marte, what have you done to Perry?
I don't know, but Perry be up right now for sure.
It's all good.
Look at the crew. The crew, their mouths are just watering right now. The camera operators can barely work. They want it so bad.
I want the old Perry back.
Perry now understands the Beatles.
I think you better know.
All right, that's enough. Leave some for the host. Hey, love me, hate me, whatever your pleasure. Find out what I've received in my inbox lately just ahead.
And now it's time for another moment in NASA history.
Want to sign my yearbook?
So Betty Crocker likes to talk about cooking, but our little Judy, well, she likes to talk porn. Take a look.
Hi, I'm Judy. You know, sometimes I like my shredded wheat plain, and sometimes I like my shredded wheat with sugar. And sometimes I like my porn with words, not pictures. So to satisfy my literary cravings, I go to literotica.com. Shouldn't all good porn sites end in .org? Or multiple org? Anyway, when you go to that site, you can register and you'll have access to thousands of stories from people all over the world. There's everything from boobies to bondage to butts. Oh my! There's even a message board where you can give suggestions to writers. And remember, oh baby, oh is not constructive feedback. So you may want to post your fantasies and see who replies. Me? I like to post my recipe for casserole. Because if that doesn't get them going, nothing will. So anyway, send me your porn tips or anything else you'd like to send me at judy@techtv.com. That's all for today. Ta-ta.
You know it's a good tip if it has the Judy stamp of approval. Now here's a little game we like to call Meet or Accident. Are you ready, Laura?
I think so.
Dramatic game. Here's how this game works, all right? You are sort of a butcher with tunnel vision, okay? And what you have to do is decide if, let's put our name in here, we are Laura, and enter. You have to decide whether this little thing down here represents part of meat or part of a horrible accident.
That's sirloin.
You think that's meat, huh?
Yes.
All right, we will select meat and enter. And if we can scan out, yes, that is in fact part of a beautiful rib round roast. Okay, very good, Laura.
This is a great game because I would hate to cook an accident for dinner. But this way you get to practice.
All right, you ready for another one? This one's a little bit more difficult. You got past level 1, all right? Is this meat or an accident?
I think that's an accident.
You think that's an accident? We'll go here and we'll press enter and... Oh! That is in fact a horrible accident.
Ow.
Here we go. We have time for one more. Yes, we do. Okay. Is this, thank God, is this meat or is that an accident?
That's definitely meat.
You think that's meat, huh? Did you used to work in a butcher shop? And we press enter and... Yes, in fact, that is meat. Unless, of course, you're part of the animal kingdom, and then I guess you have to call that a horrible accident.
Exactly.
Is that all we have time for today? Oh, let's do some email. We're going to take a look in the old inbox and share some of the email we've been getting, some of the wonderful emails we've gotten from some of our many, many fans out there. So here's the first one. Says, how did you get a show? Seriously, there are so many people out there who would make better hosts. The grocery checkout guy, the drunk guy who throws bottles at my window, even that dead animal. I know. Thanks a lot, Mom. Yeah, thanks a lot for writing. Why did I get my own show? Clearly because I'm a robotic zombie remotely controlled by the Soviet Union to compromise the morals of America. At least that's what the gnomes who live under my garden tell me. And by the way, I am the drunk guy who throws bottles at your window at night, bucko. And also because I can shoot those robotic laser zoomer things out of my eye. Remember that from the beginning? Anyway, that's going to do it. I wish we had played more meter email. That's going to do it. Thanks to Ed Lake, Perry, our product tester, Little Laura, and you for not turning the channel. Sorry your remote control broke, pal. All right, good night, everyone.
I walks up in the club, and the ladies looking lovely. Tried to show some love, but the haters tried to mug me. Walk up to the bar, and I tried to get my drink on. Dip on my feet. If you wanna get banged on.
Laura Swisher, co-host on the move. Good morning, sunshine. Laura's on time and on target. Looks like somebody needs a walk. Don't worry, there's always time for co-host's best friend. At the office, Laura's not afraid of a little hard work. That's our girl. And every night on Unscrewed with Martin Sargent, she reminds us why she's America's sweetheart. Look out, world, she's Laura Swisher, co-host on the move.
I'm Martin Sargent. Clearly, I'm the guy. Duh. I'm pretty much the man. Get with it. Yo, what's up? That's rad, man. What's up? You never seen anything like that. Blingo. Blingo? Unscrewed. That's right. Hello there and welcome to Unscrewed, the show that will not be silenced by a cruel government that doesn't trust you to know the truth. I'm Martin Sargent. And I'm pleased to announce that after that really cool intro, my little sidekick, Laura Swisher, has been promoted to my big sidekick. Laura!
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Feels great.
Really
it feels great.
So, Laura, tonight on the show, one of our guests, this guy, Mark Hazelwood, he thinks that in the next few months, Planet X, which is the 10th planet in our solar system, might orbit so close to the Earth that it could destroy much of the planet, including the city of San Francisco.
But I just moved here.
I know, it sounds sucky at first, but hear me out here. Think about it. I mean, I think it's a foregone conclusion that this show is going to get canceled.
Definitely.
So think about how much less embarrassing it would be if the show was canceled by Planet X destroying the city, and not because the ratings are so low and the show is so remarkably stupid.
But I haven't even had a chance to visit Alcatraz. This sucks.
There's also a great Thai restaurant down on Fillmore. You really owe it to yourself to get the pad Thai before the Armageddon.
Well, I know you were talking about them before, and I've been putting it off, and now...
Do it! You've still got a couple months. In addition to warnings about Planet X killing us all, if you play as much Dungeons & Dragons as me and my friends do, you'll be psyched to know that the unofficial wizard of New York City, Black Wolf the Dragon Master, Duke of Talisker, is here.
Nice.
That's right. Black Wolf, Duke of Talisker. I believe Talisker is a mystic realm just north of Crackpipesburg. But first, here's our musical guest, a man that needs no introduction, especially in Germany, my father figure, David Hasselhoff. He kicks so much ass.
I didn't realize how penetrating his eyes
Love
were.
him. We're going to check back with the Knight Rider a little later in the show. Don't want to miss that. But first...
Now, Unscrewed News with Martin Sargent.
Welcome to Unscrewed News with Martin Sargent. Martin Sargent reporting. Well, nothing much happened, so just two stories tonight, and here's the first. According to the Weekly World News, scientists have been splicing genes together again, and here's what they've come up with. Meat that grows on trees. That's right, cow plus grapefruit equals space-age beef fruit. You can tell when they're right because they moo when you thump them. The new meat fruit appeals to vegetarians who savor the taste of beef but don't want to hurt animals, though confused farm boys everywhere are asking, how am I supposed to have sex with a grapefruit? And secondly and finally, if you feel your college material, you might want to look into LA's newest school, Erotic University. The school is supposed to teach you everything your high school sex ed teacher didn't teach you, such as the fact that it was wrong for him to touch me. College founder Jeff Booth was motivated to start the school after he and his wife became swingers and realized there was still a lot he needed to learn about sex, like the fact that people who become swingers are really creepy. Students won't be allowed to actually have sex in class, but with any luck, they'll get an F later. And that's an abbreviated, thank God, Unscrewed News with Martin Sargent. I'm Martin Sargent.
Good work there.
Yeah, tried hard. Hey, the Wizard of Oz has nothing on this guy. It's Black Wolf, the Dragon Master, greeting us mortals from his dark chambers in New York City. Stick around. It's not easy being a wizard in New York City these days. I mean, that commute from Queens could be a real bitch when you're pushing 5,000 years of age, but somehow our next guest manages to pull it off. Black Wolf Dragon Master, Duke of Talisker, many thanks to thee for coming hither.
Greetings to you, my Lord Sir Martin. A pleasure to say hello to you.
Likewise. So, Master Black Wolf, you're the unofficial wizard of New York City. I'm thinking if I was the wizard of New York City, I would turn the East River into Wild Turkey Bourbon and Times Square into a Cheetos farm. On a day-to-day basis, what do you use your wizardly powers for?
Well, my powers are mostly used to protect the good dragons of the multiverse. At least they have been since 9/11. Mm-hmm. Yes. You see, ever since 9/11, it has been my solemn duty to inspire creativity within the goodly gentles of the city, county, and state of New York.
You're doing a very good job of that. So in the pantheon of wizards, we got Gandalf, we've got Harry Potter, we've got Michael Jordan. Where do you rank?
Well, me? Well, I suppose I'd be a distant, I don't know, 12th.
A distant 12th? You don't think that you could kick Harry Potter's scrawny little English ass?
I don't think kicking Harry Potter's butt would do. However, I know one wizard who deserves a proper ass kicking.
And who's that?
That would be Lord Voldemort himself. Besides, Dumbledore happens to be a friend of mine, and we email each other frequently.
You guys just can't talk to each other through like some sort of telepathic powers?
Hey, some days you gotta keep up with technology, some days you don't.
Which of your powers would you use to beat Michael Jordan in basketball?
Let's see. I guess teleporting would be in order.
That would probably work. You couldn't keep up with that. Maybe Mike could. I don't know. You're friends with Triumph, the insult comic dog. You're going to be appearing on his new album, Songs in the Key of Poop.
And don't you forget to finish your fillet of fish. Oh, quiet. Dragon Master.
Yes.
Can you sing a little bit of, are you singing on that album?
Oh yes. Here's one I remember. Underage be shown. Oh, twaddle.
Okay, that's good enough. That was a fine attempt. Listen, you say you have clairvoyance. I have with me here a set of Dungeons and Dragons dice. I want to test you out. I have a 20-sided die. I'm going to roll it. Think real hard now. What number am I going to roll?
Let's see. By my estimation, Martin, you are about to roll a 6.
A 6. Okay, I'm going to roll the dice. I rolled a 20. Looks like I made my saving throw. That's a Dungeons and Dragons joke for all the people at home right there. So along with clairvoyance, telekinesis, dragon charming, and spellcraft, you're also fond of hiking and cooking, or so it says so on your website. What's your favorite dish that you make?
The perfect dish is a mini pastrami sandwich created with English muffins. My mortal-born alter ego, Master Richard, was nice enough to introduce me to the wonders of pastrami.
And do you often also drink mead and fornicate with lusty serving wenches?
Well, mead I don't drink. Coca-Cola I do drink.
Do you get a lot of tail wearing that outfit walking around New York City? I'm thinking you must.
Well, I've had everything happen to me. I've been mistaken for Moses, for Jesus. I've had more than my share of wise asses bump into me and wonder what the hell I'm doing in this town.
Yeah, I'll bet you do. I'll bet you do. Before we go, one more question. Looks like your glasses are broken. They're all covered with tape. If you have such magical powers, why can't you just fix them with the cast of a spell?
Yes. I'm brewing a little bit of Oculus to repair them myself, but that's for me to use and you to find out.
Well, Black Wolf, I wish you many more days filled with magic, adventure, and the musical accompaniment of lutes.
Yes, indeed. By the way, those of you who are wondering, my dear dream wench, Fiona VA. Eternal and lovable princess of requests.
Yeah, I was wondering that. Thanks for being here, Black Wolf.
Yes, you too. Be
Bye-bye,
well.
ta-ta, well met, all that. Up next, a man who believes a rogue planet is due to come hurtling past Earth, causing massive geological and social upheaval, and the government is keeping this all a secret. Stick around.
And now it's time for another moment in NASA history.
You know, Bob, I've always found it easier.
Shut up.
Unscrewed. Screwed? Unscrewed. And welcome back. So, what would you do if the world as we know it was about to end? Our next guest says a rogue planet named Planet X is imminently due to pass by the Earth, causing massive earthquakes, hurricanes, and a shift in the Earth's magnetic poles. Here to explain what might be the biggest issue of the millennium is Mark Hazelwood. Welcome, Mark.
Thank you so much for having me.
It's our pleasure. So, Mark, NASA knows about this, the Vatican knows about this, and governments around the world are trying to keep Planet X a secret. Why are they trying to keep it a secret?
Well, they have a lot of money they want to protect to the very last minute, and panic, so they care.
What do you mean they have a lot of money to protect?
if they let this knowledge out, would you keep your money in the stock market? If you knew
I don't have any money in the stock market. It's a moot point.
All right. Well, it could potentially collapse the financial markets of the world and cause panic.
So have the governments of the world been trying to silence your message about Planet X?
Well, yes, they are letting some of it out, but to a small extent, that's it.
Is there a risk that men in black are going to assassinate me because I granted you this interview?
Oh, absolutely not. They've already gone through their assassinations. At this point, they've done their job.
Right on. So what's the best evidence that there is a Planet X? How do you know this thing is up there getting closer?
Well, I would say if you go to the New Illustrated Science and Invention Encyclopedia.
Go there often.
You can find this in your local library, 1987 to 1989 edition. Volume 18 under space probes. You're going to find out that the first space probes that we sent up, Pioneers 10 and 11, triangulated our twin sun, which is dark, and Planet X. And they have a diagram there in the encyclopedia you can see.
So we have that diagram there that you found when you were in the library one afternoon, apparently.
Yeah.
But are there any other pictures out there of Planet X? I know there's some other supporters of the Planet X theory that claim to have other pictures. Do you know what I'm talking about? Where can I find these?
There's some fabrication, some
like
artwork. Some artwork.
That's a fabrication?
Yeah, that's nice artwork as far as I'm concerned.
Okay.
Yeah.
So does anyone have real images of Planet X? That doesn't look like artwork to me. That looks real.
The Hubble looks at it. NASA knows. I mean, there's all kinds of inside government agencies, and the Vatican is fully aware of this.
Yeah, the Pope knows all about this.
Oh, yeah, they got the Pope scope.
He's shaking with fear, isn't he?
Well, you know, Father Malachi Martin, triple doctorate, got on the radio back in 97 and said, in 5 to 10 years, this planet's going to pass, and there would perhaps be millions of deaths.
So what's your best estimate? When is Planet X going to be here? Do I have to worry about it right now, next year? I mean, there's a lot of things I want to do.
Okay, well, I addressed that on my website. At the same time, I'd say anywhere from a few months to a couple years from now. You got to pay real close attention. It could blindside us.
It could blindside us. Are you taking steps to, like, you know, get a lot of stuff out of your system? You know what I'm talking about the next few years?
No, I've already done that. I'm a grandfather.
All right, so, but this thing has been here before. Planet X passes for, it's a 3,600 year cycle, correct?
Right.
What happened last time Planet X came nigh the Earth?
Well, what it does, it passes by, it never hits us, but it brings an entourage of other objects with us. Some of those objects could be impact objects. And when it passes, it has a wake, an electromagnetic gravitational wave that hits the crust of the Earth and sends the crust through a tidal wave. A tidal wave going through the crust. At the same time, the waters start sloshing over the shorelines. 95% of the population right now lives within 50 to 100 miles of the shoreline. When this thing passes, it certainly has the potential of causing the waters to slosh over that 95% of the shoreline.
So we're in San Francisco right now. We're less than 7 miles from the shoreline. Mark, what's your best estimate? Are we in trouble here?
You'd have to go up into the rolling hills really quick. I don't know how you're going to get there really quick.
Christ. I hate the hills. It's cold up there. Where are you going to go? I mean, you live in Toronto right now.
That is true. I don't know if that's a good place. Too close to the Great Lakes.
Plus the SARS thing.
Oh, SARS. I think that's another scam.
All right, that's another. The government's behind that one, too. Thanks a lot, Pope John, starting that SARS thing. So these cycles, they coincide with other historic events. You say that Atlantis may have
That would be 3 passages ago.
3 passages ago. So Atlantis did exist, but it was destroyed by Planet X 3 passages ago.
Right.
How about anything else? Any other historical events that were caused by Planet X going on?
Well, yeah. I mean, the Exodus.
Moses going through the Red Sea?
Exactly.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
Huh. Go figure. Well, this is all in a book. It's called Blindsided, Planet X in 2003. Earth changes. Actually, it's the way it's written is Blindsided, Planet X passes in 2003. Earth changes?
No, actually, the question mark is behind the 2003.
Okay. So people can read this book and learn more about Planet X.
Or go to the website.
And the website is what?
PlanetX2003.com.
Okay, great. They're going to learn all about Planet X there. Mark, where are you going to be when this happens? Where is the safest place to go?
Well, up in the rolling hills someplace above 1,000 feet, let's say.
All right. That's where I'm going to be then, you and me. We'll have fun up there.
All
Good
right.
times. Looking forward to it. Mark Hazelwood, thanks very much for being here. All right, it's Gary, rogue man about town on another scary mission. That's in 3 minutes. But first, check out where the monkey sticks his finger. This is pretty funny. Watch this. All right, there's the big papa monkey. Now, watch the little monkey. He's climbing up the left. Now watch his finger. Watch where he puts his finger. In the ass! In the ass! No, don't smell that little guy. Oh! Oh! Welcome back. Hey, our hidden camera guy, Gary, hit the streets again recently. This time, asking people to help him find his remote control airplane. The catch? There is no airplane.
Where is it? I don't know, dude. It's a plane. Yeah, it's a plane thing. It's like a stealth. It's a stealth thing. You can't see it though. I can hear it. Do you see it? It's over that way? Yeah, it's stealth technology. It's a new high-tech thing. Do you guys see it? Yeah, I see it right there. No, that's not it. That's not it. I don't see it! I can hear it, but I don't see it. I lost it. I lost it. I lost it. I don't know. I can hear it, but I can't. It's stuck somewhere.
Helicopter?
A plane.
What kind of plane?
It's a plane. It's like a Cessna. A stealth fighter.
Oh, really?
Stealth fighter plane, yeah. Yeah, I can hear it, but I can't see it. But it's, you get it up there in the sky and you can't see it. You press a little thing on here, you stealth, and now it's stuck.
Oh, Gary. You're so scary, Gary. Hey, can you tell your gack from your Ajax, your blow from your ivory snow? We've got a nifty little game all the booger sugar buyer should ace. It's called Coke or Cleaner. Let's play. Laura, I think you'll be ace at this game.
What is that supposed to be?
Well, I mean, you're so clean. You could obviously tell your cleaning products from your cocaine, right?
Right.
So let's play. Let's take a look at this first little sample. It looks like, oh, I don't know, 2 grams. What? Is that Coke or Cleaner?
That looks like about 2 grams of baking soda.
Okay, she said that's not... Wrong! That is actually high-grade Peruvian flake, my dear. How about this one over here? Should we go to this one? Is that Coke?
Yes, it is.
Is that Cleaner? That is cocaine. Laura Swisher said, no! See, you put the wrong stuff up your nose, you're going to be in trouble, Laura. This is a...
But I've got a clean nose, at least.
Let's try one more. Is this, whatever the hell that is that Coke or Cleaner?
That's definitely Cleaner.
That's definitely Cleaner, she says. Hey, audience? Yeah? You are right, Laura Swisher. That is, in fact, Cleaner. Very good. You're really good at this game.
I love to clean.
All right, calling all you dateless losers, Laura, this means you.
Yeah.
The Unscrewed website has the solution to your romantic woes. Just go to techtv.com/unscrewed and scroll down here to where it says Personal of the Day. Just click on the hottie du jour there, and you'll be taken to the Tech TV personal site at personals.techtv.com. Use the handy search tool to find available women, men, and consenting farm animals in your zip code, or post your own personal just by clicking Join Now. Now, this is the really fun part. Listen to this. When you register through Tech TV Personals, if you register through Tech TV Personals, you're going to have the chance to appear on this very show in an upcoming dating setting. How exciting is that, right? Just make sure, I know, it's not that thrilling. Believe us, being on the show, it's not that thrilling. Just make sure that you check this box that says, yes, I wish to be contacted about being cast in TV shows. So sign up now and get laid the unscrewed way.
Never.
Never. That was a fun show. I got a big kick out of that, didn't you?
I got a big kick out of as well, Marty.
I think we should play Coke or Cleaner after the show.
With real
cleaning products. We'll come over to mine. It'll be as fun as that Tupperware party I held last week.
I didn't know you had a Tupperware party.
Anyway, hey, Black Wolf was there. Thanks to Black Wolf for coming to my Tupperware party and being on our show. Mark Hazelwood, thanks for stopping by. And, of course, David Hasselhoff. See everyone tomorrow. I love you so much. Bye. Bye.
I walk show some love. But the haters tried to mug me. Walk up to the bar.